Salute, 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 salute. Twelfth round boxing. We back at it again. 12th round boxing. First of all, shout out to all my peoples. Shout out to my man Hassan Lane. Shout out to all the people that support me. All the people that come into my live streams. Shout out to all the homies back home in the WIC. Salute to everybody. Salute, 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 salute. Let's see if we get a few more people in the chat. I want to talk about Gerard Anderson. Okay. Salute, 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 salute. What's going on? Let's talk some boxing. I want to talk about Jared Anderson. He on that bug card for tomorrow night. Jared Anderson. He fighting the boy Tim Martin. That's gonna be a very tough fight for Jared Anderson. I'm sorry, his name Martin Buccalo. That's gonna be a tough fight for Jared Anderson. It's not gonna be one of his walk in the parks. He come in and all the pretty stuff and beating on the guy and all that. Nah, this is gonna be a tough fight for him. This fight is definitely gonna be tough. That boy hit hard. He hit like a brick. And he's been around. He's been around. He's been in the heavyweight division. He's been doing his thing. He's just not your average heavyweight. He's actually good. This is definitely a step up fight for Jared Anderson. It really is. Like it's not gonna be this fight right here is gonna show exactly where Jared Anderson is as a fighter. Like, this is going to show where his heart is at, where his chin is at. It's going to bring the best of him out. That's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to bring the best of that kid out, because that guy who he's fighting is super duper duper tough, and he has a chin. So that's another thing. Jared Anderson have to be very, 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 very careful. All that getting in there, playing, and switching up from southpaw to orthodox, and no, you gotta buckle down and fight this guy, because this guy can hurt you. That's gonna be a very good fight. I just don't see Jared Anderson running through him. I don't. Who's gonna win? I don't know. I couldn't, say Jared's gonna beat this guy. I know one thing: he's gonna put Jared Anderson through the test. Turkey Ali Sheik, when he did this card, he knew exactly what he was doing. I salute the brother, because he put almost a perfect card together, because every last one of them fights is wow, except one, Morrell. I think the Morrell fight is a walk in the park. I think Morrell gonna knock this guy out. But the other three fights, those gonna be tough fights. Even the Bud fight, that's gonna be a tough fight. Then you got Big Baby Miller. You got him. That's gonna be a tough fight also. That Big Baby Miller fight. I don't know if he's gonna beat Andy Ruiz, because to me, Big Baby Miller don't have a chin. He never had a chin. He's been knocked out. He's been knocked out by some nobodies. Let's keep it real. Let's just be honest. He's I think Andy Ruiz is gonna beat him. I'm not sanctioning that. No. I'm only making one prediction on this card tomorrow night. Just one. But because the fights is so up and down, like I don't know. Just like the Venezuela fight. Venezuela and Pitbull. I think Venezuela is gonna beat Pitbull. That's my opinion. I think he's gonna beat him. I honestly think Venezuela is gonna beat Pitbull. I think Venezuela is gonna stop all the hoopla, because it's so much hype around Pitbull from losing. It's amazing. He has so much hype around him from losing to Tank. That's amazing. Tank said after the fight, he said, "You might have lost, but tonight you have become a star." And Tank ain't never lied about that, because I didn't know who Pitbull was until the night of the Tank fight. Now, you know he was a fill-in because Tank was supposed to fight Rolly. Rolly got caught up with the chick or something, say he felt on her or whatever. So they needed the quick fill-in. And that's who they picked. They picked Pitbull Cruz, which was tough. He was tough. But that night, Tank showed the world, not jumping off a subject, he showed the world one thing, that he could box. He boxed that boy head off. Pause. That was, Tank put a clinic on that night. That was a clinic. Bottom line. That was a clinic. And if you saw that fight, you know that was a clinic, all out clinic. That was a hell of a fight. You got Ruiz by KO, Cleveland? What? I kind of like to see that. I can see that. That's true. That's true. That boy not that they keep talking about how big Israel is. Israel is Majimov. They talking about how big he is and this and that. Nah. Bud is just as big. And Bud naturally strong. And Bud hit them weights. But Bud does a lot of stretching, and he also does a lot of sparring. And that's what keep him from not being tight. Because most guys that hit the weight is tight like this, they can't do nothing. But Bud is one of them guys that, he hit the weights. That's a fact. But he's strong as an ox, and he loose, and Bud Crawford is different. That's the only fight I'ma predict. And I feel as though Bud is gonna beat this guy. I believe it's gonna be a good fight. Bud gonna wear him out, and Bud gonna stop him. That's true. He's definitely not mobile. He's definitely not mobile. And he one of them fighters that's all over the place. Like, Majimov is all over the place. Like, sometimes you can catch him, if you on the ropes, you can catch him not southpaw, not orthodox. You can catch him throwing from he got you on the ropes and he just throwing. I watched a few of his fights, and I said, it's no way this guy can beat Bud unless he, how sometimes people get caught with one of them just punches you don't see. But Bud eyes are great. He got very good eyes. And it's gonna be hard for Bud to get hit with something like that, because he's gonna be so alert. And not only that, he's gonna be looking for that, because technically Majimov is wild. He's a wild fighter. He's one of them fighters, like I said, that's all over the place. He's all over the place. But I don't know if y'all know who Venezuela is. The guy that pit bull is fighting. He got robbed by Chris Colbert. He really beat Chris Colbert. Then he came back and stopped Chris Colbert. But before that, Venezuela got stopped. But he dropped him a couple of times. But he wound up stopping Venezuela. And I think the seventh, eighth round, something like that. I can't remember. I can't remember what round it was. That's one thing I can honestly say. Andy Ruiz does have a lot of power. He does. He does have a lot of power. And he lost a lot of weight and he looked good. And Andy Ruiz is good. He could box. He could fight. Yeah, see what he did to that boy in the garden. He changed the game of boxing. Nobody, I'm talking about nobody and their mother thought Andy Ruiz was going to knock Joshua out that night. Nobody. That was a very, very, very good fight. It really was. It really was. Yeah, Venezuela. He got robbed in the Colbert fight. Right. That's who Pitbull fighting tomorrow night. That's who he's fighting tomorrow night. That's and for some reason, I really do think Venezuela is gonna beat Pitbull. I just have that feeling that he's gonna beat him. I just have that feeling, and to me, this just to me, my opinion. I just think Pitbull is a fluke. You know, he come in with the high guard. I believe if Tank hand wasn't hurt, he would have stopped. He would have stopped Pitbull, and that would have ended the hoopla. Because he got props for taking Tank to 12. That's really the only thing he got props for. What about the Joshua fight? You said take a look at the Joshua fight. Joshua and who? I like that card for tomorrow night. You know, I really think it's gonna be a a good card. It come on at 4:30. Already paid for it. I'm excited about watching it. Uh, I already got my little munchies ready. Uh, I'm gonna tune in early. Uh, get what need to be done early, and I'm there. I'm there till it's over. That's one of them good cards. That's like a PBC card. One of them good PBC cards when PBC was really rolling. You know, you don't see cards like this too tough no more. On these cards now, you might have one, maybe two good fights, and the rest be, you know, all right, but not like this card. This card is it's evenly matched to me. Um, it, it's evenly matched. I really like this card. I said it. I meant it. I got Bud. I got Bud beating Israel. I got Morrell beating whatever that guy's name. I got Venezuela beating Pitbull, and I have Ruiz. I have Andy beating Big Baby, and I have Jarrett. That's up in the air. I don't know who's gonna win that fight. Okay, all right. Now let me ask you something, Cleve. So Cleve. So you think Pitbull is gonna beat Ryo? Yeah, Anderson have to. It's no other way. It's no other way. It's no other way. He have to, man. He have to. I think that's the only way for him. Stick and move. Stick and move. I think that's the only way he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't. I. This is a step up fight for Jarrett to me. This is a step up fight, and like I can't call it. I can't call it because I never seen Jarrett dig deep. I you know wow. Cleve, my guy, you really. Who's your favorite fighter, Cleve? Who you like? Oh, Cleve, you from the old school. You from the old school. You talking my era. I'm talking to a. This is a real boxing fan right here. You said Salvador Sanchez. That salute, bruh. Salute, man. Thanks for coming out, man. Thanks for thanks for coming to the chat. You see we young right now, but we consistent. Um, you know, just have to put the work in. If it's 2, 3, 4 people in the chat, uh, uh, that's how it's gonna be, bruh. Like hard work and dedication, man. That's how it go. But yeah, bro, I salute you, man. I salute you. Messed me up with that one. He said a Zuma Nelson. Wow, you went back to that fight. Wow, a Zuma. Wow, man, you from the old school. Wow. Yeah, Salvador Sanchez, he got killed, man. Car accident. He he was phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. You have to be in my age bracket or a couple of years older, somewhere around there. Because I remember Salvador Sanchez vividly. I remember watching his fights. I was just starting to box AAU. I was like 10 at the time. So I was young. But I really liked Salvador Sanchez. And then when a couple of years later, Alexis Arguello and all of them start coming up. Oh man, I watched Sugar Ray Robinson. Let me tell you something, man. And this is real talk, man. Like I always go back and watch his tapes, man. And like he was a ballerina in the ring. When I say that, I say he fought on his front feet, but more on the toes of his front feet, and he moved like a like almost like a ballerina, and he had a left hook, man, that will take your head completely off your shoulders, man. Phenomenal to watch, man. Phenomenal, man. Every time I watch him, I get chills. Never seen nothing like it before, man. Wow. I seen you can go on, you can find it on YouTube because a lot of people don't know. A lot of Sugar Ray Robinson fights in his prime got lost in the shuffle, man. So they only have the beginning of his career and like the end of his career. But he was still good. He won championships. They got his last fight in the Garden, but I seen Sugar Ray Robinson. I can't remember who it was. I know you've seen it. He hit this guy, I think, with a 13 piece. Bang, boom, boom, bang, boom, boom. And he stepped back, and the guy went talking to the ref. The guy went into a conversation with the ref. Blew me out the water, man. Yeah. Yeah. Sleep standing straight up. That's right. Yup. Man. I always go back and watch Sugar Ray Robinson. Um, his tapes, man, because it's a treat to watch, man. I always give myself months and months and months, and just out the blue, I just watch, just go watch Sugar Ray Robinson, man. Just watch the whole his documentary, all that, man. Um, from when the Alzheimer's started, and they showed him at his house, and you know, yeah, man. But he really at the end he really couldn't talk too good, man. You know, not like Ali, because Ali completely couldn't talk. Completely, he completely couldn't talk. But Sugar Ray Robinson always could talk. He just had his he just slurred. Yep, they had yeah, but I just wanted to get on here and talk about that card for tomorrow night. Uh I'm gonna come on in the morning, and I might just do a video in the morning. But man, send people my way, Cleve. Like share this, man. I appreciate it. He took care of them. He took care of them. He took care of them. He put Robinson at the door down in Vegas, man. Yeah. Yep. And Joe Louis. Joe Louis was a doorman too, down in Vegas. And that's what and them later years like that, you know, they was still making money, you know, and the people loved him, man, loved him, especially Joe Louis, because Joe Louis, you know, they they connected him to the war. when he fought Max Spelling, the whole world stopped and looked at that and it was a black man leading the charge for the country. And that was showing how, Joe Louis put the country on his back because that's what it meant. It was deep, man. Yeah, shout out to Frank Sinatra and for looking out for our people, man. Yeah, yeah. And Joe, man. Salute to them, man. Salute. They opened a lot, but you know what? From the gate, they told Joe Louis, whatever you do, just stay in your place and don't be like Jack Johnson. Because Jack Johnson didn't care. He was an arrogant guy. With them white women. He loved them white women. And when they ran him out of America and sent them over to London, he went over there doing the same thing. But he was still making a lot of money because he started doing what Floyd's doing now. He was making a lot of money exhibition. Jack Johnson was riding around in Rolls Royces and everything back then, man. With white women, he didn't care. And Frank, look, Frank was boys with the Kennedys. Frank set the Kennedy guy up with Marilyn Monroe. He was a movie star. He was tied into the mafia. He did a lot of stuff for them, especially the mafia that was running Chicago at the time. Back then, when it was still, when liquor was still illegal, Joe was moving all in that. And the Kennedys literally got their money from bootlegging. A lot of people don't know that. Till today, they get a penny off every Budweiser that's being sold around the world. The Kennedys get 1 penny off every bottle of Budweiser that's being sold to today. Oh yeah, yeah. I heard, but look, Frank literally is from the state of New Jersey. He's from Jersey City, New Jersey, and Cleveland is right there on the East Coast. That's Midwest, right? If I'm not mistaken. He did a lot of partying with blacks. But I can imagine him down in Mississippi back then. I can see that. I can really see that. What? I believe that. A lot of people was calling Ray arrogant back then. Cause he was. Ray Robinson was very arrogant. Carmine Basillo, boy, and he wasn't nothing to play with. Oh, you met him. You met him down in the Silver Gloves up in Rochester. Oh man. Okay. All right. I knew you. I knew you was a little older. Yeah. 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 That's right. I didn't know it was 4 times, but I know they fought a couple. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. You got history, man. You a history buff. Wow, man. It's I salute you, bro. It's an honor. See, I'm glad you came on, man. This side I love history, man. Oh my God. I could just sit around and get it all day, bro. You know what I mean? Like history is my thing, man. Especially boxing history and stuff like this. Like I really love that. That's my thing, man. That's in New York, Arlington Court. What? That's the cemetery he's in now. Hey, Cleve, man, are you the guy who do uh uh you the one who do boxing history? Like what it's called? It's on YouTube. It's I'm subscribed to it, but he hasn't come on in a long time. That's not you, is it? Yeah, Frederick Douglass. Yep, you're right. You're right, man. You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right, bro. Absolutely right, man. You know what, man? Like, it's an honor, man, to have guys like you around, man. that actually been around these guys, man, and and especially fighting and being at the fights, and you know, like you you was blessed to see this stuff, man, and it's definitely a blessing when you look back on it now, man, because I think about that all the time, man. I read this book when I was incarcerated, a book on history, on boxing legends, and we have a center back home called Mickey Walker Center, and I never knew who Mickey Walker was until I read this book, and he was a world champion boxer out of Elizabeth, New Jersey. And that's where I was born and raised at. And I said, wow, all this time I didn't even know it. Yeah, man. I salute you, bro, for coming out, man. Thanks for the history. I appreciate it, man. Uh, uh, Anybody else that's looking and didn't come in the chat, like, subscribe, man. Uh, help me get my subs up. I appreciate it. I really do. Like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. Cleve, thank you, man, for hitting me with that history, man. Salute to you, big homie. Uh, Salute, bro. I catch y'all on the next one. Jersey.